Hello, it's the early part of December, and I have several death whistles in this batch that came out. And for the first time in a long time, I'm glad to have a very good variety of instruments to choose from. There's a couple guys who are doing some recording work with some Native American style music, so I really have a strong heart and desire to cater to that audience and the people who use it in that way. So I've made several whistles for one person in particular, and another one who's going to get a second pick, who's doing the same kind of work. So I'm going to go through the small ones first, and then I'll post a video most likely of the larger ones in the back on a separate video. So this first video will be of the smaller ones here in the front and the two bird whistles that I have here in the middle that someone had been asking for. So here we go with number one. Number 1 through 3 are in the Mayan type skull form, flat head, elongated. And here we go with this one. That one's pretty cool looking and sounding. So here we go with number 2. Same Mayan kind of form. Here we go. In my opinion, that one has more of a roar or a growl. The other one's kind of more of a screamish, in my opinion. The thing I like about all of these, and the video I have dated 11/24, which are still available to pick for the two people picking and first. So the good thing I like about all of about 20 of these whistles is that there's a lot of variety of sound. So here goes this one. This one's all black. Has a little bit of white there, which I'm probably going to be able to take off. It's from the shelf where I fired it, so that should come off relatively easy. I just wanted to make sure I get this video recorded as soon as possible. That way I can get them out there where people need them. So here's this black one. That one's more of like a wail or a shriek, kind of a shrieky howl. Once you blow hard, it kind of changes register and it doesn't pick up volume too much. So there's that one. Here's number 4, also in black. More the Aztec relic type form to it. So here we go with this one. one's interesting. That one tends to register up and down at will, so that one you can also hang a cord around with the hole in there. So that one's pretty interesting. You can tell that yell actually sounded different than the two previous ones, so that one's interesting in that it sounds pretty human-like, and that each time it seems like you might even get a different sound out of it. It kind of jumps around a lot. So there's that one. As I go along, in my opinion, these get more interesting towards the end here. This one you can also tie a cord around, also in the Aztec relic form. Here we go with this one, number 5. That one seems very predictable. Has that classic death whistle kind of sound to it. Doesn't jump around much. You can kind of make it sound like wind or yell. So that's kind of a nice one, that it's pretty predictable and standard. So here we go with this one, number 6. Someone mentioned they wanted more of a high-pitched shriek. That's kind of what I envisioned as far as a high-pitched shriek. One of the larger ones also has that dynamic, and it sounds very female-like. I believe it's number 7, so in the other video you should check that one out too. And lastly, the small death whistles, here's number 7 of the smaller ones. Here we go with this one. There's 7. And lastly, someone who was interested in some bird whistles to kind of have company for the danza, Aztec dance. There's a little hole there so you can tie a cord around and suspend it from your neck. So here we go with this one. There's that one. It just kind of has 2 holes in the end. You manipulate those. And lastly, this one wasn't colored. You can kind of paint it with acrylic paint if you'd like. Here we go with this one. Go ahead and let me know if you're interested in any of those death whistles or the bird whistles. Thanks a lot.